These cold calling techniques have made me millions of dollars in my early 20s. And no, that's not exaggeration, I'm being legitimate, have made me millions of dollars in my early 20s. Matter of fact, I guarantee you haven't heard some of these techniques before. All right, so I have a lot of tips to get through. In the first couple, probably the first 5 or so, are going to be a little bit more elementary for a little bit newer agents. And then between 6 and 11, 11 being the bonus one, I need you guys to realize like those are going to be a little bit more advanced, and I guarantee you haven't heard some of these before. So let's dive right into it. Number 1 is set your goal for your sessions, okay? So when I get into my cold calling session, I have a piece of paper, or in my notes now is where I put all my information. I will set my intention for today. I will say 3 appointments at the very top. I just want to put my intention out there. I want to see what my vision is for today. So if your intention today is set 1 appointment to get 10 leads, whatever it is, put it right at the top. Number 2, prepare the night before. Prepare the night before. You don't want to have to come into your office or wherever you're making your calls and then prepare. You don't want to then walk in and go find your scripts and find the software and find the place where you're going to put your leads and then finally buy that CRM and then finally get your scripts right. You don't want to do that. You want to literally have everything prepped. I would literally set up my desk the night before. I got my script. My laptop was already logged in. I already have my Mojo dialer set up. I already have everything set up. I walk in. I get right to making my phone calls. Number 3, get into the right state of mind. If that's playing music or jumping up or doing push-ups, whatever it is, get into the right state of mind before you make your cold calls. I would have the Rocky music playing. I love it. I would get up and I'm going to start doing my thing. I want to get in the right state of mind. I want to get excited, right? And I would chant things like, I am a billionaire. Like I would chant things that get me excited, right? Number 4, eliminate all distractions. This is going to be a little bit lengthy thing. I want to explain what I mean by this because this cost me a lot of money. So when I mean eliminate all distractions, number 1, you could also delete the social media apps on your phone. You could not be answering your inbound calls. You could be checking to see if people are interrupting you or if your new puppy, my puppy, right, distracting me all the freaking time, right? I mean, like you got to see what's really coming into your world. On top of that, like again, like if you didn't go to the bathroom before your cold calling session, if you don't have your water, your coffee, or anything like that, what are you constantly doing that is distracting you while you're supposed to be making your calls? When I tell agents and I'm coaching agents and I say 2 hours minimum making calls, I mean making calls, not going out and getting water and getting a cup of coffee and walking around the office and going and do all these kinds of things. No, just make your calls. Number 5, focus on getting no's. This was a huge thing that I did at the very beginning of my career and it really helped me get over my fears fairly quickly. I wasn't obsessed over getting great leads or getting an appointment or whatever the case may be. I focused on just getting no's. I wanted to get 10 no's or 20 no's or 30 no's or 50 no's or 100 no's because I knew that if I got X amount of no's, obviously I would have to get a percentage of yeses during that period of time. So if you're pretty new in the business, I'm sure that would help you out. We're going to dive into the more advanced tips now. Number 6, be genuine and be understanding. What this means to me, and what I want you to specifically take away from this is, you are cold calling random people who do not know who you are. Therefore, just take a second and realize that their reaction does not mean a single thing towards you personally. Take your personal, your ego, your emotions out of it. Be genuine. I've called on vacant homes. I've called on deceased homes. All these different expired, canceled for ceremony owners, circle. I mean, I've done every type of cold call. And you need to realize, again, I was coaching an agent who was calling on deceased individuals, right? And typically when you're calling, that's part of the estate sales. You have to understand you're calling people who are grieving over this, the fact that their family member passed away. I mean, at first it was getting so frustrating. I'm like, listen, again, they passed away. Be genuine, right? I mean, even if it's an expired listing, right? And, just a simple expired. They have 150, 200 agents calling them within a period of 2 hours. I mean, imagine if all of the calls, the random spam calls that you've gotten in an entire year, called you in a matter of 2 hours. You'd go out of your mind. That's why, again, you want to just be genuine, be understanding of their situation. Number 7, go for broke, ask differently. What this means is if someone tells you no, I'm not interested, no, I'm not selling, go for broke. They're not a good lead. You already heard that. Back in my early days of calling, I would immediately hang up. If someone just said to you right now, no, I'm not interested, thanks. Click. I mean, that was me, right? Every single time. What I've learned is that I go for broke now. If someone says, hey, I'm not interested, or hey, why, I'm sorry, like, stop calling me or whatever, like they're really pushing back at me, right? Like giving me the no, right? Whatever which way they're saying it, I'll go for broke. No, listen, I can completely understand that you're not looking to sell right now. I couldn't imagine you'd want to sell your house in the next 24 hours either. Curious, if you got an offer you couldn't refuse, when would you consider when would you consider moving? Right? If you got a number that you just couldn't refuse, would you consider hearing it? Right? Just asking differently is a really powerful way of just overcoming that no, because sometimes it's just a knee-jerk reaction, right? So just understand, just because they say no, go for broke. Ask differently. Number 8, get excited during holidays, snow days, inclement weather. Now listen, I'm in the Northeast. I'm here in Jersey, if you couldn't tell by the accent, the hand movements, or anything like that. But here in the Northeast, we get a lot of crazy weather. It's around the winter time here by me, and when it gets super cold, it snows. And a lot of agents, what they would do is that when it snows outside, you can't go out and show houses, and obviously there's some crazy people who do, but when it snows outside, most people are stuck inside and they end up watching football or whatever, they take a day off. What I would do is that I get super excited because guess what? If you're stuck inside, that means your potential client is also stuck inside. You know what they have time to do? They have time to answer my phone calls because they have nothing better to do. They're just sitting on their phone all day long watching YouTube and other things. They got time to answer my calls. So get excited when when it's inclement weather out or even during holidays. It's a perfect time to reach out. Again, listen, on holidays, your past clients, your database, they're all at home hanging out with their family. Send them some love. Right? So it's just an easy time for people to pick up your phone calls. And this video is sponsored by My Listing Mastery course. And in this course, we talk about everything you need to know from how to get a lead all the way to signing your first listing or your next listing. We're going to talk about the mindset you're going to need, your daily calendar, the methods of prospecting and lead generation systems that I use on a daily basis. We're going to talk about my lead follow-up game plan. We're going to talk about scripting. We're going to be talking about exactly what I do at the listing presentation and exactly what to say in order to nail down your first or next listing. Now, understand, you can join the hundreds of agents who have joined us in this course who have already seen the results they've desired. This is for agents that are either brand new in the business or those agents who are on the financial roller coaster who feel stuck and frustrated and want to go to the next level. And for those of you who are listening right now, you can put in the code SAVE20 at henryeisenstein.com and click on the courses tab. Again, SAVE20 to save 20% off right now. Number 9, record yourself. Yes, I know this can sound weird, but legitimately put up a camera or another phone or whatever you have, record yourself because you are going to be blown away by what you don't realize you sound like. So the very first time I did this, I was shocked at how I sounded to other people. And I thought I was pretty good. So you got to realize when you record yourself, you're going to hear things, see things differently. You're going to be able to coach yourself a little bit easier just because you're going to finally be able to hear your tonality, how you sound, how you reacted to certain things, how, again, and here's the thing. Do you understand that people can hear a smile through a phone? Right? When you can hear the tonality difference when I'm talking like this versus me talking like this. You can feel, you can hear the smile through the camera, through the phone. So just realize those small little things, it's hard to pick up when you don't record yourself, so be sure to try it out. Number 10, this is a really powerful one, definitely helped me with my business. As soon as you hang up the phone, the second you hang up the phone with a great lead or an appointment or anything, you want to immediately send them a text message. Immediately. Pause what you're doing. Send them a quick text message, even if it's a templated text, which all mine are templated right now, and I just fill in their name and a few other details about their house. But again, you want to send them an immediate text message, and I started to even do video messages for my appointments. Right, so what I'll do is that if I just lock down an appointment, I'll send them a templated text, and then I'll even send them a video message, but it's the same script every single time. It's not the same thing because I'll personalize it for them, but I want to make sure that I send them a quick message because this way they can feel a little bit more comfortable when I show up that day, right? It breaks the ice, it's a little bit easier, and when they get a text message from you, they realize that you're not just some random person in the middle of the country. I mean, think about how many times you're on customer support with people who, are just from all over the world. I mean, right? If they're selling their home, they want to feel comfortable that you're a local agent. So make sure you send them a quick text. And obviously, if you have a iPhone, sorry, Android users, in your green text messages or something like that. But when you have an iPhone and you get another blue text, you're like, okay, this is legitimate. You know what I mean? Okay. Number 11, switching phones. Now, you're probably like, what does that even mean? Switch phones for those leads that you know is a really, really good lead. Maybe you screwed up a little bit. Maybe you said the wrong thing. it just didn't go as well as you think, and it's a decent lead, or maybe that lead that you've gotten and you've been following up with, all of a sudden they're ghosting you. And you're like, what do I do now? Switch phone numbers. Find a friend, find a family member, find an office phone, whatever it is. Switch phones, call on a different phone. I've even done it 3 or 4 times. I bought a separate cell phone specifically for my administrative assistants, and that's a backup phone for all the leads who have been ghosting me, so I can call them on another phone number. Because what ends up happening is sometimes they've recognized your number, they blocked your number, whatever the case may be, call on a separate phone, and it will blow you away how there are some leads, I'm not even kidding you, they have literally ghosted me for half a year, 2 months, 4 months, whatever it is. And all of a sudden they pick up on the first ring of the new phone. I'm like, oh, hey, John, it's Henry again. Shocker, hello. But like, just understand that is a powerful, powerful technique that when I started doing it, it blew up my business. Okay, so listen, if you got any sort of value from any of this, guys, I want you to understand, like, I'm not here to just push you to do anything super crazy, but I am here to help you build a sustainable business, a lifelong career in this business. This business has given me everything. Real estate has changed my life. I never thought it would be possible to be where I am financially, and this industry has changed my life forever, and I want to help you do the same. So if you got some value from this video and you're thinking about joining a team, you're thinking about joining EXP Realty, or you're thinking about taking your life and business to the next level, you just don't know how, I have all the information you need down below. There's a pinned comment. You can jump on my calendar. We can schedule a phone call together. I'd love to discuss exactly what has helped me and how I can help you structure a business plan to help you get to the next level. Other than that, guys, I really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.